We had a request to do a retrosynthetic analysis involving a tri-substituted benzene. Yours will be a tri-substituted benzene, I promise. Other promises. You ready? One of the groups will be a primary carbon group. Check. Right there. You can't put that on directly. What do you have to put there first? Acyl group, which makes it a ketone in this case. And then you can reduce it to this. And the beauty of that's a new protocol. You want a primary R group on there? You've got to first put a ketone on there, which is a meta director. If you see things meta to it, put them on next before you reduce it to a CH2. Is there a group meta to this position? No. Don't use it to start, because the next group's meta. Oh, you could use it to start. You can, but you better make it into the CH2, because what's the CH2? What kind of group is that? The one that's here, the one I see. Is it? It's an ortho pair director, and this is the perfect group to start with. I'm going to put that on first. See, I'm thinking about forward synthesis when I do this. I'm going to put this primary R group on first, which takes 2 steps, by the way. Ketone first, then make it primary. And then the next group goes here, so I'm putting this SO3H group on after that. And then after that's on, it's win-win, because this is an ortho para group, and I got to get the next group ortho. And this is a meta group, and it's going meta as well, but I ignored the SO3H anyway, because this is the more important group. It's higher on the list. It's an activator. It helps cation. So this is how I do it. I go over here and I say, you know, Dr. Whitaker, I've been doing this all semester. You never taught me. I start over here. And then I put, I'm going to put a primary group on there by putting a ketone first. Starting with the forward synthesis. You could say that's cheating, but it's not. You're going to make it look like a retro at the end. Okay, and then you want to give me some chemicals? Yeah, you give me the next step. No. I need a carbon group going on benzene. What catalyst do you always give for that? Carbon group going on benzene. ILCl3. Now I need the carbon group. It has to be an acid halide. That's the only thing we learned for ketone. You have a new job. You got to make me that acid halide from a 5-carbon alcohol. You got your work cut out for you. Here's your alcohol. You're allowed to start with this alcohol, right? Give me all the steps. Well, you have to make before you make an acid halide every time. There's no other way, because you don't know how to make an acid halide except from an acid. I need an acid. I need to make this into an acid. Right? Make it into an acid. As you've been getting PCC will make an aldehyde. You're getting closer though. CrO3. I need to make an acid. Here's your acid. Now you give me what you wanted to give me from the very beginning. SOCl2 and pyridine. Yeah, that's where this came from down here. See that? And I think we can put a box on it. Baby blue box, because, you know, we're going to be working around it. Oh, made it into a parallelogram. Not really. Okay, now I need to make that into a primary R group so I can use it. Some people thought I was asking for these chemicals earlier. That's why they were. Oh, you made me a hexagon. Thank you so much. And down here, primary R group. And methyl there. Is that right? Yes. Now you can tell me those chemicals you were trying to tell me before. Ah, I'm worried about that. She said lithium aluminum hydride. You're going to get this result if you use lithium aluminum hydride. That's not the result I want. So don't give me lithium aluminum hydride. No, it's not an oxidation at all. This is the extreme opposite of an oxidation. This is a double reduction. And I'll give you a clue. I mean, you got to make this too. And you were told you're going to have to actually do the mechanism too. Yes. Wolff-Kishner. You were told, you were promised, you'll have to put a primary group on benzene. The protocol is put a ketone on, then do a Wolff-Kishner. It was earlier today, we did the same thing. And now you can start putting groups on. This is what kind of a director? Ortho-para, which being major? Para. Look at your target, which group's para? Now put it on. SO3H is para. H2SO4 in heat's going to get it on there for you. And here you go. Won't be such a pretty hexagon this time. And now you got your SO3H on the para position. And we're wandering around. Next group. Ignore the SO3H. This is the important group. It's powerful director compared to SO3H. Next group goes here. And don't pretend to be the only person in the room that knows how to put a hydroxyl directly on benzene. This is the protocol. From the very beginning. Reminder. From the very beginning, you start with a benzene that's got an H. It needs to become a benzene with an NO2. Then that needs to become a reduced aminobenzene. And then that enters the protocol by way of the diazonium ion, and OH is one of these 7 arrows. Okay? So there's a lot going on to finish this baby off. Okay? Sorry, say it again. HNO3, H2SO4 is correct. Step 1. Let's just do every step. Get the whole protocol. You can combine steps here. You can. She asked, do we have to combine, or sorry, do we have to show each step? And I said, no. But, you know, when we're studying, it's good to know each step individually, and that puts the old NO2, wanted to be red. So protocol from the very beginning of just a benzene, it's a nitrate it. Then reduce that to NH2. And you're going to pretend you don't know that SO3H can be reduced using lithium aluminum hydride. I never told you that. You can go with your lithium aluminum hydride. I know, I forgot that other group. It's coming back. There you go. And I think we should take this to the target. Target right here. Go near the end here. Boink. Boink. And first you got to make the N triple bond to N. Chemicals and conditions, please. NaNO2 HCl. Don't forget the water. Don't forget the 0 degrees Celsius. And step 2. Yeah, warm up to room temperature because the water's there already. And you got your phenol. Was that a phenol up there? It was. We're done. Not bad. But now you got to pretend you knew how to do the retro. And here's where I'm going to give myself away. I'm going to call my first molecule here A, and then B, and then C, and then D, E. And I'll say this target came from A. Look at that. Isn't that what it did? It came from A. Oh, you're liking this now. And then we need a nice retro arrow. Okay, a little goofy, but not bad. And where did A come from? B. Where did B come from? The C. Where did C come from? Let me get D. I know, it kind of takes the fun away. Did D come from E? Which came from benzene? I think we can at least draw benzene. That's on the list. But you got to remember, when did you introduce this group? It was benzene plus this group, right? Plus Cl carbonyl 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there. And what did that come from? That came from the carboxylic acid, right? And where'd that come from? From the alcohol. End of story. Circle it. I believe we have all the forward stuff and the reverse stuff. I want to keep stuff straight. The retro stuff is in here. And the forward stuff's over here. And I can tell who did the forward first. It's okay. No punishment.